Hey, Ranger fans. The high-flying Edmonton Oilers come to Madison Square Garden tonight. Should be a fantastic game. This is Rangers Daily. I am your host, Todd Werwa. Please, thank you for the comments, subscribe, click the bell for updates as every new episode gets posted. Again, please give me your comments, your questions, your thoughts, your feedback. I welcome all of it. Can't wait to hear it, and can't wait for this game tonight. But let's look back at Sunday night's game against Washington, just for a few things left over that we didn't talk about. Figure might as well get the chance to really praise some effort and praise some good play. Speaking of praise, an interesting person praised the Rangers after the game. That was Capitals goalie Charlie Lindgren, who shut the Rangers out. But he had some fantastic things to say, and I just want to read them to you, and then we'll talk about what he did with his 35 save shutout. He said, "I want to give credit to the Rangers and what they did tonight. They're a good hockey team, definitely, top to bottom. I thought they worked really hard, were well balanced, and they're going to be a tough out this year." Well, Mike Sullivan mentioned how happy he was with the effort, said it was the best game they've played all year. And when your opposing goalie, who really stood above his head, I've got some fantastic numbers, when he gives you that kind of praise early in the season, it's a division foe, someone he knows well, that means a lot. And it tells you just how good the Rangers played and just how effusive the praise was about the effort after the game, how much they meant it, and it wasn't just trying to, pour glitter on something. They meant it. They were really happy with their effort and knew they got goalied. So let's talk about some Lindgren numbers against the Rangers. He was 4-1 in 5 regular season games against the Rangers with a 1.9 goals against average and a .957 save percentage and 2 shutouts. Yeah, that's pretty good. But here's something else. The last time the Rangers got 30 or more shots and got shut out, December 9th, 2023, by guess who? Charlie Lindgren. So I don't want to say he's got their number because they did beat him in a playoff series. Regular season and playoffs are much different games, obviously. But in terms of the regular season, Lindgren certainly plays well against the Rangers. Per Money Puck, he saved 3.34 goals above expected. That's pretty good. The save on the 2-on-1 with Panarin and Zibanejad when Panarin made the pass across and Lindgren came over with that right-handed catching glove always looks weird. And I did hear them say, actually, that the Capitals, both their goalies, are right glove catchers. It is what it is. But it's different sometimes when you're shooting and you expect, one side being the stick. You just have to know that's the glove, and Mika put it in the glove. Amazing save by Charlie Lindgren. But he saved 3.34 goals above expected. Also, if you want to know about that effort, according to Money Puck, the deserve to win-o-meter, which may be the most directly named stat of all time, they ran 1,000 simulations, and the Rangers won 66.8% of the time. So they put in what they had to do. They put in great effort. They played really well. The line of Cooley, Miller, and Sheary on ice, their expected goals for was 1.59. Their expected goals against was 0.2. So that tells you just how well that line played. They just couldn't get one past Charlie Lindgren. And their shot attempts, that line, 20-10. Pretty good when they were on the ice. And with Matthew Robertson filling in for the injured Carson Soucy, How did he do? Well, Robertson and Will Borgen played 15:07 together. Their expected goals for when they were on the ice was .65. Expected goals against when they were on the ice, .32. So a positive. So that pairing played pretty well. And when they were on the ice, attempts for 17, attempts against 8. So a pretty good night for Robertson filling in. Interested to see how long Soucy's out, how long it's Robertson. Everybody kind of thought it would be Scott Morrow, but because of salary cap issues, Morrow had to stay, and it was Robertson, who's the seventh defenseman. Anyway, they called up, I believe, Connor Mackey, but they couldn't call up Scott Morrow because of the cap. But Robertson played well. We'll see how many more games he's got until Soucy comes back. But let's let him see. He was good in a couple of games last year, and he was good on Sunday night. Couple of more numbers here from Sunday just to show why the Rangers were so pleased afterwards. Dave Starman, who's the new radio analyst and a guy I've worked with a whole bunch on World Juniors, great guy, knows everything about NCAA hockey and the U.S. development program and all of that. He's a fantastic guy and should be a great listen this year. He tweeted, per Sport Logic, expected goals, the Rangers 3.8 to Washington's 1.3. The Rangers had 22 chances to Washington's 9, a 31-17 edge at the dot, and even strength offensive zone possession time. The Rangers had 20 minutes. Washington had 13-12. So it was a good, dominant performance that, as we spoke about, Charlie Lindgren dominated and goalied them. But considering where we were on Tuesday and talking about sluggish effort and looking slow and making mistakes, to get from there to here in just a stretch of 4 games, and consider how well they played in the second and third period against Pittsburgh, how well they came out in the first period and played, and then the second period in Buffalo, to get from Tuesday to here, quite an improvement. Things hopefully starting to click, and it's just the beginning. Mike Sullivan said if we play with this kind of effort and determination, we'll definitely have more wins than we do losses, and I think everybody in the organization echoed that sentiment. Now, on to the next. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the high-flying Edmonton Oilers come to MSG on Tuesday. Should be a fascinating game. Edmonton starts a 5-game road trip. They actually have the Rangers' number of late. They're 9-2-1 in the last 12. Straight up. 9-2-1 in the last 12, including the last 3 by a score of 13-6. Like I said, the Oilers are starting a 5-game road trip. So they probably have been in town. Rangers coming off 1 day of rest after back-to-back and after 4 games in 6 days. So it'll be interesting to see, after the effort Sunday night, if they can have the same effort. Should be interesting since it's not a division game, but it's obviously the 2-time Western Conference champions. So we'll see. We'll see how the game goes. Connor has great numbers against the Rangers. Draisaitl has pretty good numbers against the Rangers. The Oilers are coming off a win against Vancouver 3-1 on Saturday, and they travel well, let's say. They know how to play well on the road. They haven't gotten off to good starts in the last couple of years, but they're, like I said, coming off a win. They've only played a couple of games so far. So we'll see what they have to offer. We'll see whether they feel like they're advancing. I'm interested for some of the pregame sound. I'm interested to see how they feel they're advancing as they've played a couple of games coming off preseason and training camp. One player to note, Mika Zibanejad already has 19 shots so far in 4 games. He had 6 in the first 4 games last season. He actually had 7 against Washington. So considering his slow start last year, boy, what a difference. And moving to center to fill in for Vincent Trocheck has probably helped that as well, getting back to his more natural position, even though he has the chemistry with JT Miller, getting back to his natural position, playing some center. I think that maybe has given him another little kick in the pants to keep up the effort and get off to a good start. He knows what happened last year, and I think he wants to be part of the solution. So he's shooting the puck, which is good because they need him to score. They need him to get quality shots, need him to put the puck on the net so that Rangers can get rebounds with whomever they have in front, whether it's Lafreniere or Will Cooley. Keep shooting, Mika. Keep shooting. The goals will come. And let's look at the week ahead. It's actually a busy one, but the Rangers go to where they've been more at home on the road. They head to Canada. They face Toronto on Thursday. Toronto's 1-2-0. They're coming off a loss on Monday, 3-2 to the Wings. They actually lost to the Wings on Saturday as well, 6-3, I believe. And that was the day I believe all the teams played. But so they've lost 2 in a row, both to the Wings. Then they head on Saturday to Montreal. Always fun Saturday night at Bell Center. I'm not going to do my French accent and pronounce it the French way. It's Bell Center. I can't say Center Bell in the proper accent, so I'm just going to say Bell Center. And hockey night in Canada in Montreal. It's always just a joyous occasion, a fun time, a very special night. So should be a good game. The Canadians are 2-1-0. They beat the Hawks 3-2 on Saturday, and they play the Kraken on Tuesday. So they'll have another game under their belt. But we'll preview that when it gets to time. But it's a busy week. Then the Rangers come back home for a couple. I believe it's Minnesota and San Jose before they head off on a Western Canada and Seattle trip. So lots of Rangers things going on. Again, please follow me on X and Insta. You can find me at Todd Werwa Media. I'll try and tweet some stuff during the games, but also let you know when every episode is up and posted. But you'll also know that if you ring the bell and if you subscribe. And again, please leave comments. I enjoy reading them, and we'll do a mailbag with your questions at some point when the Rangers have more than one day off here in this compressed Olympic year schedule. But I'll get to them. Please ask anything you'd like, and I'll give you the answers. This is Rangers Daily. I'm your host, Todd Werwa. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I know I am. And let's enjoy the game on Tuesday night.